For Senior Constable Tony Moore, who joins us around this time every Tuesday morning. That's what reminded me, Tony, that it's Tuesday.
I'm very good, John. You nearly caught me out too, actually, just to be honest.
Yeah, it feels like a Monday, that's for sure. Tony, I don't think it's been too busy over the last week, which is good, but as we call it, the news and weather, away you go, mate.
Yeah, well, touch wood, it has quietened down a little, and we would hope that would continue. But so just a couple of things. First of all, the Rangiora station, the temporary police station at 200 King Street is back up and running. The reception is open. So it'll be manned for from 9 till 4, so the girls are there and happy to take your queries. So just the over the last 7 days, I've just noticed that there's a increase in people reporting suspicious activity to us, the following day. And, I often say on the program that if it's suspicious, if it doesn't look right, then we need a 111 call at the time, because our units are out 24 hours, so they're patrolling, and we need to know about it at the time so we can sort of, interact with these suspicious people. So there was 2 occasions in Kaiapoi where different vehicles were seen in suspicious circumstances, and one in Rangiora. So that's just a simple one. Please, we would prefer if you called us at the time. We've also had a number of credit cards stolen from vehicles. It's a bit of an upsurge in that, and I think it's possibly to do with people leaving their cars unlocked. That seems to be the common theme. And of course, where these credit cards are being used, some of the transactions are actually untraceable if it's all online, etc. So whilst we do quite often follow up a really good line of inquiry with credit card fraud, sometimes it is very difficult for us, but let's just cut it off at the pass. Lock your car, take your wallet out of your car, just to make sure that you are safe. And I've also noticed this as a theme, rural subdivisions are being targeted at the moment, Mandeville, Flaxton. So just because you live in the country, you're not immune. In fact, that might even be more of an invitation, because it's dark out there in the rural sector, and not so many capable guardians around. So they are quite vulnerable, the rural subdivisions. So, if you're living out there, make sure that you lock your car, that you remove your valuables.
Yep, good stuff. And of course, Tony, a lot of people will be heading back to work over the next couple of weeks, and then as we go into level 2, just a reminder, I guess, to make sure that your homes are secure, because the burglars, they'll be back out as soon as they sense that the home is empty, right?
Exactly right, yep. They'll be taking any opportunity that they're given.
Yeah. Cyber safety is something I'd like to discuss quickly with you. A lot of opportunists out there at the moment, some pretty sophisticated damn cyber scams going around, Tony. Anything to report on that?
No, not so much on scams, which is really good. There's still going to be the usual scams where, the hang-up call where you ring them back and get charged the tolls and that kind of thing, and the person from Microsoft saying that there's something wrong with your computer. But I think those ones, people now should be really well educated, because we have talked about that quite a bit. But one thing that we've noticed, particularly with the lockdown and the kids being home, is childhood cyber safety. So I'll just quickly talk about that. Some of the rules that we think for good parenting is no devices in bedrooms. Devices off at night. You should know your kids' passwords. So if you do need to, you can check to see what sort of activity they've been undertaking. Be aware of who their friends are and who they're interacting with online. You could also talk to your local telco about good cyber safety software. There's lots of good software out there that you can monitor online behaviour. Security settings is another one. So just make sure that your kids have got the right security settings. We suggest to do private settings so that only their friends can sort of interact with them. But really the place to go to, John, is NetSafe. They've just updated their toolbox, and there's the 7 steps for parents, and it's a fantastic resource, and it's all there laid out for you. So we suggest that if you do have kids at home and they are using the internet, then jump on NetSafe and have a quick look at that, and just make sure that you're doing everything you can.
Really good advice. Thank you very much, Tony. Senior Constable Tony Moore, everybody, from the Waimakiriri Police, with his weekly report.